Okay, in this video, we're going to use the calculator to find a system of equations, the solution to the system of equations. So we have our two equations given here, and they're in standard form. If we're going to use the calculator, we actually have to solve for y for the calculator to be able to do that, because we can't enter it in standard form on the TI graphing calculator. So the first equation, we're going to go ahead and write it down. It's going to be 4x minus y is equal to 25. So to solve that, move the 4x to the other side. So negative y is equal to 4x plus 25. And then divide through by a negative. So y is equal to 4x minus 25. That's our first equation. For the second equation, we need to go ahead and solve that for y by moving the 3x to the other side. So negative 2y is equal to 3x minus 16. Now we're going to divide everything, all terms in the second equation, all these terms in the second equation, we're going to go ahead and divide by negative 2. So you get y equals negative 3 halves x plus 8, because negative over negative makes it positive. So once I have it in slope-intercept form, y equals, and now I can just type that into the calculator. Okay, so first equation goes into y1, second equation goes into y2, and I'm going to go ahead and graph them. So here's both equations on the coordinate plane. We can look at this and we can see they intersect right here. Around here is our answer. So somewhere around where x is equal to 5, 1, 2, 4, 5, maybe 6 is where the two equations cross, and that is our solution. But we're going to have the calculator find it exactly for us, because we can eyeball it maybe. We're purposely going to give you one that does not fall on numbers, but falls at some crazy decimal on the test. So you need to be able to do this process. So we're going to calculate where that intersection is. See where it says calculate in blue? We just can't push it because then it's traced. But if we go second, turns on everything in blue on your calculator. Enter. And that gives us calculations that the calculator can do independently, and what we're looking for is number 5, the intersection. So now I'm on 5, the intersection. You can see up here y1, this is the equation we're looking at, 4x minus 25. And this is considered the first curve, yes, and right now we have a cursor at 0, negative 25. We need to get it up to here. So to do that, I'm going to arrow to the right. And you can see the little cursor that's blinking right here. All right, some people call it a spider. Okay, we want to get that as close as I can to the intersection. So a little bit more. Oh, that took us over. That looks like it's further away. That looks like the closest point right there to the intersection. So once I have that first curve set on my calculator, we're going to enter that. And that locks in the information from the first curve. Now we're looking at the second curve. So if I go left, now it's going up, right? If I go right, it's decreasing. So if I get my cursor as close as I can get it. Good, now I want to hit enter once I have it there. So there's a guess on the first curve. Okay, after we enter in both equations, now it's asking us to take a guess, for the calculator to guess, and I want it to guess, and it guessed correctly that the intersection's at 6, negative 1. So our solution is 6, negative 1. Okay, so to quickly recap, what we had to do first was put our equations into slope-intercept form, y equals, so we solve for y. Entered both of them into the calculator, and then we graphed our equations on the calculator. And then the next thing we had to do was go second and hit the trace button. The second trace button is calculate, and then we hit number 5. Okay? And then I had to move the cursor to where it intersects and hit enter, and then do the same thing for the second line, move it close to where it intersects, hit enter, and then it asked me to guess. Yes, I wanted to guess, so I hit enter, and then that gave us the solution. And then this is the review part where I started reviewing. Okay, so that's how you find the intersection point or the solution to a system or systems on the graphing calculator.